As many of you know, the governor of California, Gavin French Laundry Newsom, is facing a recall campaign that might sweep him out of office. I want to fairly and accurately go over each point of contention and then bring a counterpoint to what I hope is a nuanced debate. I also ask that if you know people in California, that you send it to them so that they get a fair and balanced view of the matter. Point number one, $31 billion of your taxpayer money going to fraudsters. $31 billion. $31 billion. Your taxpayer dollars going to fraudsters under French Laundry Newsom. Look, I got fired from a job in college at UC Santa Barbara, working at the rec center because my register count was $5 short. My boss didn't want to hear my excuses. My offer to replenish the cash drawer went unaccepted, unheeded. Meanwhile, the California EDD, under the leadership of Gavin French Laundry Newsom, has $31 billion extracted from it by fraudsters. Billions of your money. So go ahead, think about this. Think about what you pay yearly in taxes to the state of California. It's 10% up to 13.3%, I believe, of somebody's total income. Even you and 10 of your friends, your yearly tax receipts, my guess is that it would take several years of that total to add up to $31 billion. I'm not a mathematician, so bear in mind that this is just my guess. Imagine somebody losing $31 billion of taxpayer monies because they are so disorganized, so bad at their jobs. I got fired for being $5 off. That was the strict standard that my boss at the time had. And I had not met that standard, therefore my performance was deemed unacceptable. But who got fired from the EDD? Nobody, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe somebody had to take an early retirement with his government California pension. Let's make sure that the buck stops with the executive branch of California, with Governor French Laundry Newsom. 31 billion bucks worth of it. Okay, I promised you guys that I would be fair and balanced. So, here are the counterpoints. Two counterpoints, actually. $31 billion of money, who cares? French Laundry Newsom was rightfully worried about more important things. What am I talking about? Diversity, inclusion, and equity. French Laundry Newsom made sure that the EDD was meeting its diversity quotas, meaning that the right percentage, the right racial makeup was in place at EDD offices when this fraud was perpetrated upon them. 31 billion of your taxpayer money that was siphoned away. It's not that big a deal. As the left continues to put the incredibly important notion of equity, doesn't the race of the workers matter more than their competence? Remember, this is only a few years of 100% of you and 10 of your friends' tax revenue to make up the 31 billion. That seems like a small price to pay to have the right racial makeup in the offices. And before y'all start giving me some radical right-wing talking point that when you're in charge of billions of dollars, that the job should be merit-based precisely to prevent something like this taking place, y'all can go to hell. Because without affirmative action and diversity, these are the things that are directly responsible for having a vice president, soon to be president, as worthy as Kamala Harris. Boom! Shut your point down right there. Counterpoint number two. It's totally okay because Big Daddy Joe Biden is just going to print up more money out of thin air to pay off California taxpayers, to make California whole again. That way, everybody wins, especially the fraudsters and French Laundry Newsom, who, at least in the eyes of some of the public, will have the slate wiped clean because that's what Big Daddy Biden did. Look, my daddy couldn't have given me $5 to reimburse the Rexen because my boss in that moment believed I was either incompetent or dishonest. Regardless of which it was, I definitely paid for my mistake. Deservedly so. I don't think that we should hold Gavin Newsom to the same standard because there's a big difference between $31 billion and $5. You really have to take care of the guy that messes up with $5, not $31 billion. Point number 2, the French Laundry incident. While instructing and demanding that Californians mask up, while he tells them to stay inside and avoid large gatherings of people, Gavin, and this is where his nickname comes from, went to a birthday party with his lobbyist buddies at possibly the most expensive, prestigious restaurant in the world, the French Laundry in Napa, California. When rumors began circulating of his having attended, Newsom lied, stating that his party had dined outside and had followed safety and health protocols. Photos then emerged of Newsom not only sitting indoors, but unmasked at a dinner that cost, with wine, at over $1,000 a plate, with all the lobbyists who were so loud that it drew the condemnation and complaints of other diners in the establishment. So, while he tells you to go and stay inside, to mask up, to not congregate, he and his Democratic cronies violate the exact same policies. Should you like such a person? Such a hypocrite? Such an elitist? Rules for thee, but not for me, as the old motto goes. Fair and balanced counterpoint. He is an elite. While the Democrats call for a renewal of the mask mandate, Obama has a 60th birthday party where no one is wearing masks. You, however, must mask up. But as the New York Times reporter regurgitated,
this is a sophisticated, vaccinated crowd, and this is just about optics. It's not about safety.
Translation, they're rich Democrats. Thus, the elite are exempt from the rules. Once again, it's rules for thee, but not for me. And I think it's justified because this is the way it is in every heavenly-based communistic country. The top, the Politburo have all the special privileges. And who are we to begrudge such people their elite status? Come on, get with the game. Part 3. Businesses of all kinds and high net worth individuals are fleeing. When high profile businesses, public companies like Hewlett Packard, Oracle, and Elon Musk taking Tesla's new factory for the electric truck and bringing it to Texas, they've all fled California to states with lower taxes. They're taking with them the high-paying jobs and the network effect of having all the talent based in California. Counterpoint. Who the hell cares about Elon Musk? He thinks that he's smarter than you just because he's literally a rocket scientist, a high-level engineer in all aspects, and runs several multi-billion-dollar corporations at the same time. Let me tell you something. When the duly elected governor, when French Laundry Newsom demands that all businesses in the state shut down, and Elon thinks that he can keep his factory open because he's devised a plan that is going to keep his workers safe in order that they might be able to produce something that people actually value, like the Tesla car, and he dares to confront the edict of the duly elected governor, Assemblywoman, a Democrat Newsom ally, Lorena Gonzalez, tweeted out, F Elon Musk, based on his decision. French Laundry Newsom knows better than Elon. He is an elected politician, and whose judgment are we going to trust? Elon or Gavin? And heck, as for the other businesses, if they want to go somewhere else, let them. French Laundry Newsom does not need them needlessly chiming in, countering his points as we regress towards a more authoritarian system where we have the right person in charge. Who cares if they supply the jobs to the state, the tax base, and make things that make people happy? That's the side of the point. Point 4. Children have been forced to stay at home from school as French Laundry Newsom sides with the teachers' unions and their decision to never work in person again. Children are depressed, missing out of a year of school, falling behind because of the governance edicts. Sure, Ron DeSantis of Florida kept his state open and people happy, but his outcomes regarding COVID are about the same as California, despite having an older population. Something to ruminate on there, huh? But Gavin loves his teachers. You know, the same heroes that are giving an education that gets worse and worse by the year, that are in favor of abolishing AP classes in the name of equity so that we all end up at the very low point of doing remedial math that most people or almost everybody can do. The same people that want to deprive the children of in-person education because they're scared, quote unquote, of the COVID virus. These are the people that French Laundry is beholden to. And you have to give French Laundry Newsom credit for one thing. He does support the free market in one sense. He sends his children to private school. And given the state of California, who can really blame him? Counterpoint. These children will never get that time back. They have failed to socialize for a year. Few of them learned. Many of them have suffered depression, and the suicide rate amongst these children has gone up. This will affect America as a whole for a long time going forward into the future. And for what? What was the beneficial trade-off here? Given the fact, especially, that children are essentially immune from COVID, at least at this point. French Laundry Newsom's decisions aren't in the best interest of his citizens, but rather that of special interests and who he is beholden to. No? Look, I could go on and on. My goal, create a fair and balanced point and counterpoint viewpoint of the situation. Hopefully I've done that. There are a lot more things we could discuss, but on a personal note, my friends in Los Angeles who are on the very far left side of the aisle, they say things like they're afraid of rocking the boat, that they're afraid of what somebody like Larry Elder might do. And I look at them and I'm just thinking to myself, my God, where is your thinking? You don't realize that you're on a boat that is headed straight over a giant waterfall about to crash onto the rocks below. And the skipper is steering you dead straight ahead towards it. These leftist policies like diversity, inclusion, and equity that have already cost $31 billion of fuel from California's engines being a prime example. So you have a choice. You either jump ship and swim for shore, as I did several years ago, having left the state of California, or you do everything you can to replace the skipper so that you might survive this brush with annihilation of the state and everything that used to be so fantastic about it. So make sure that you vote yes, in my opinion, to recall French Laundry Newsom and vote for my man, Larry Elder. Peace out. New to the channel, thumb it up, subscribe, all notification bell. Thumb up the video. Have a great day. Recall Gavin Newsom. Spread this out to your friends in California.